This is Susan Wilbanks with blendedinsight.com. I am a holistic and integrative healing arts practitioner, an intuitive, and an energy healer. In this podcast, I share tips, tools, and suggestions that have helped me along my path in hopes of inspiring and helping you along yours. Let's get started with today's podcast topic. Hello, bright souls, and thank you for joining me on my podcast. What I want to talk about today is mindfulness. It's a simple concept and practice that is often overcomplicated. And I will mention mindfulness at times, and I see people sort of maybe roll their eyes or sigh. It's almost like it's something that we feel we need to do, but we don't really understand or know how to do it, or we don't have the time to do it. And in my mindfulness guided imagery practitioner segment of my program that I just completed, I learned a lot of really useful, helpful, and simple tools to help people understand mindfulness. So I'm going to give you the definition of mindfulness from my mindfulness skills workbook for practitioners. And it's something very simple. Mindfulness is simply paying attention to something in a particular way, on purpose, in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Most of you probably know that I have a hypnotherapy certification, and that's why in this previous course I just took, I wanted to focus on a mindfulness certification because hypnotherapy focuses more on the past and the future, whereas mindfulness focuses on the present moment. So learning all of those techniques and tools I felt would bring a very well-rounded offering to my practice. Mindfulness is not the same as meditating. When people hear mindfulness, they automatically think that I'm asking them to meditate, and that is not true. Meditation can be a practice of mindfulness, but it does not necessarily mean that while you are being mindful, you are meditating. One of the simple practices we learned for being mindful is just paying attention to the way it feels when you are brushing your teeth, paying close attention to what you're doing, your movements, because we're so busy that we often go into autopilot. And then I'm pretty sure you've had this experience. I've had it multiple times where you get in your car and you go somewhere and all of a sudden you arrive at your destination and you don't remember how you got there. We're in autopilot. So when we are mindful, we are just bringing our full attention to the present moment. One of the easiest things you can do to do mindfulness practices is focus on your breathing. The way that you would do this is just mentally count your inhales and then mentally count your exhales. So the way that they teach us in this course, and I've been taught it several different ways, is to breathe in through your nose to the count of 4 and then exhale through your mouth as though you are blowing out a candle to the count of 8. So you would inhale for 4 through your nose, exhale to the count of 8 through your mouth. Now, I actually did this breathing practice so that you can follow along with it on my YouTube channel. I just did it. It's called Breathing Mindfulness, I believe, but it's the last video that I posted. So I'll put a link in the show notes so that if you would like to just do that breathing practice, it's only 2 minutes long. It's designed that way so that you can just quickly come to your center, relax yourself, do the breathing technique, and then return to your day. So the good thing about mindfulness is it doesn't take long. It can be very short, potent, practical, powerful, and then you're present. So that's what I love about all of these really easy, practical tools. So if you're one of those people that are listening to this podcast and thinking, I know I should be more mindful, but I'm so busy and I don't have time to spend trying to create another practice in my life or another part of my routine, I totally get it. That is why for this podcast, I want to do a meditation that helps you set the intention to be mindful. It's a visualization. It's very simple, it's powerful, and it's practical. And this is what I'm being led to share with you today. And it is actually in my mindfulness skills workbook for clinicians and clients. So with that said, get yourself into a comfortable position. And if you're in a place where you can kind of close your eyes and go through this process, please do so now, and then we will begin. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a nice slow breath in through your nose to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now exhale slowly through your mouth like you were blowing a bubble to the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now relax and breathe normally. And now just imagine that you have set an intention to be more mindful throughout your day. Just picture yourself getting ready in the morning. Pay attention to each of the tasks that you routinely do, such as brushing your teeth, taking a shower, getting dressed, maybe eating breakfast. Just imagine that as you do each task, you are fully present and in the moment. You are paying attention to the task, and when your mind wanders, just start to think about something other than what you are doing. Bring your attention back to your intention and notice the thought, and then let it go. And then bring your attention back to the task at hand. Notice as you go through the activities of the day that you are focusing on staying mindful along the way. You notice everything about the car or bus. You notice the road and the scenery as you drive or ride to work or school. You enjoy the beautiful sky. You notice the leaves, flowers, trees, or even the snow along the way. And when you arrive, you notice your surroundings when you first walk in and get settled for the day. You make eye contact with those you meet during the day. You pay close attention to the other person in all of your conversations, and you truly listen to them without allowing your mind to be distracted. And while you are working on each task, you stay focused on that task. Whenever your mind wanders, you gently bring it back to the task. You remind yourself of your intention to be mindful today. Whenever you feel hurried, stressed, or overwhelmed, you simply stop, take a deep breath, and bring your awareness to your inner landscape. You put things in perspective, and then mindfully choose how to respond or to approach the next task. You remember your intention. At lunchtime, you take a break from work or school. You carefully choose healthy foods and eat mindfully, noticing everything about the smell, feel, and taste of your food. You pay attention to feeling full. You take advantage of the time you already set aside to practice a mindfulness exercise or meditation. You may listen to a guided meditation, or you practice a breathing exercise, or anything that you have learned and choose to do. You get some exercise. No matter how you work out, you remind yourself of your intention, and you practice being mindful of every aspect of the physical sensations of exercising and your surroundings. Later, when you arrive home, you shift your attention to your surroundings and to home life. When thoughts of work or school arise, you notice them, let them go, and return your focus to your home and those you live with. At bedtime, you focus on all aspects of getting ready for bed, including turning the lights down low, saying goodnight to loved ones, doing your nighttime routine, and climbing into bed. You are mindful of how good the bed feels and how tired you are. You spend a few moments reviewing all the things that happened today that you were grateful for. You realize how calm and grounded you felt all day. You notice that your emotional landscape was well regulated and on an even keel all day, despite triggers that might have set you off. You look back on your accomplishments of the day and discover all that you completed. You were glad that you decided to intend practice a short mindfulness meditation in bed to prepare yourself for restful, rejuvenating sleep. And the next morning, you wake up refreshed and energized. And so it is. All right, everyone. So if you just do that practice a couple of times a week or whenever you feel drawn, you help yourself to be mindful of being mindful. And that's what I like about that practice. It's simple, it's quick, it's easy, and it's effective. So I hope that helps. And I want to thank you so much for joining me on my podcast. If you have topics or ideas or things you would like me to speak about, you can shoot me a line at susan@blendedinsight.com. You can also reach me on my website, Blended Insight. You can send me an inquiry there. You can connect with me on Facebook, Blended Insight, YouTube, Blended Insight. And I'm also on Instagram, but it is also linked into my Facebook, so either or is just fine. And I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day, and sending lots and lots of love. Take care. Bye-bye.